Well, hello there, everybody. Hope you guys are doing great and having a fantastic Sunday. I know that it's like a holiday weekend, so there's a lot of you that are going to be off tomorrow, which is pretty fantastic. And I do hope that you guys have a fantastic weekend off. I just realized my calendar needs to switch. That was August. That was Human. And this month, we have a brand new song. And it is going to be released. Let me see here when Porch Swing is coming out. Is going to be next Monday. That's when it's coming out. So it's going to be pretty cool. And calendar holders, you guys are in for a special treat because it is in the final stages of being ready for you guys to listen to. So you'll actually hear kind of a pre-demo version of the song, and I'm really excited about it because it's slightly different than a lot of the other ones that I've done. So I think you guys are going to be pumped. So with that being said, super pumped you guys are here. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out tonight. And feel free to leave a comment. Let me know where you are watching in from, and we will get this party started for sure. Got some cool stuff to talk with you guys about, and cannot wait. So we'll hang out here for a little bit, get some more people rolling in, and let me know where you're watching in from, and also what your favorite song you sang today was, if you remember what song you sang. But favorite song you sang, let me know where you're watching in from. And yeah, if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. I'm going to start eating my apple because I'm kind of hungry, and I really like apples. It's like the favorite fruit of all. Even though it doomed humanity, it really wasn't. Well, it's not really necessarily an apple, but I will say they taste absolutely fantastic. So, so good. Absolutely love it. But yeah, um, today has been absolutely amazing. We got a lot of stuff done. My wife and my parents actually been redoing a lot of stuff at their house, and Abby and I have been trying to figure out a guest bedroom type situation, but we also want a room where our kids can play, and our kids play a whole lot more than we have guests over, just because they live here. We don't have guests live here very often, so we were thinking about getting a Murphy bed for a long time, and they're really expensive, so we're just gonna make one. And then my parents were like, "Hey, we're getting rid of ours because we're getting a new one." We're like, "Oh yeah, sweet." So that project, miraculously, my dad and I took it apart last night, put it in my trailer, and then this afternoon actually, with a lunch break in there after church, got it done before like 2:30. Pretty crazy. Um, so that was a huge project that got done. Moved a bunch of stuff out to the barn from the other kids' room that we were trying to kind of move out. So super pumped that you guys are here, and excited to get things rolling for you. Um, I do want to make mention too of specifically these guys, the gospel team. And you may be thinking, why do you keep bringing up this shirt? Here's the answer. One, I think it's pretty awesome. And two, I think people don't fully understand what it is. So I have mine here. It's a gospel tee. Of course, you can see the front of it. It's got the colors of like the wordless book type stuff, so it can help you explain the gospel. If somebody asks you, hey, what is the gospel? As you're wearing this t-shirt, you'd be like, well, the gospel starts off with our sin, which is black, Christ's blood, which uses to washes us clean, white as snow, which is white, and we get to spend eternity with him if we believe. And the green stands for continued growing, so reading his word and praying. And then the blue I have in there, not for baptism, but actually for do you believe this? Because there's a lot of people who know what the gospel is or know who Jesus is, but they don't actually live it. And I think it's a Dallas Willard quote that is, you believe not what you think, but what you actually live as if it were true, or act out as if it were true. So I question, do people believe this? Because it's a great way to transition from what the gospel is into how do you respond to it. So that's the front of the shirt. The cool part is the back of the shirt is actually a QR code, and it says "Can't afford to skip." Now, a lot of people ask me like, "What is that QR code? What does it mean?" Well, here's the cool part: the QR code actually goes to. I can hold it up, and you guys can actually scan it. So if I hold it up here and you scan it, let me get straight. There we go. You scan that QR code, it will actually take you to a website that I designed that actually has me explaining the gospel just the way that I did, using the t-shirt colors. So you could be standing in line in Starbucks and literally be sharing the gospel with the people behind you or anybody else that could come up and randomly scan your shirt. It's a pretty cool way to be able to share the message of the gospel. Granted, my preference would be that you as individuals would actually share it yourself. But if somebody doesn't want to come up to you, or they're a little embarrassed, or they want to ask a question but they're not sure, it gives them a great way for them to actually be able to still get the gospel message. On that web page, there's 2 buttons on it. One of them is if they want to buy their own gospel t-shirt. So they're already a believer and they're like, hey, that's a pretty cool idea. They can get their own gospel t-shirt there. The second one is literally if people want to know more about the gospel. I created an entire community dedicated to helping answer people's questions on the gospel, as well as an actual course that's completely free. And my goal is to pack that with as much information and genuine believers as possible that are willing to literally just have gospel-centered conversations with people. So it literally just has like a learn more button. People click on that, they can join the community completely for free, and then be able to chat and talk with people. I'd love to have churches, jump in on this and get behind it and have their people actually like pointing people towards the community. Again, just to build this global database of people who are willing to have gospel-centered conversations. But it doesn't have to be super organized by churches necessarily, because I want to just be organized by people. Like I want you to be involved with other people's lives. That's kind of the point and deal behind it. So that's what I'm super excited about. Zesto over on Instagram. Thanks so much, man. Good to have you here over on break at the DuPont McDonald's. Awesome. Well, super pumped that you're just over in Fort Wayne. I have done a lot of stuff over in Fort Wayne. Used to live there. We actually live just 45 minutes over in South Whitley now. But glad you're here. Glad you're a part of it. So anyway, super, super pumped. If you want to get your gospel tee, you can click on the link or scan the QR code right below you. That will allow you to actually go and check out the t-shirt and get your own. So you can actually start wearing the gospel on your sleeve or your shirt in your channel. Like I was thinking about putting a QR code on the sleeve, and I thought that would be a little bit more awkward because like on your back's typically straight or more straight than what your sleeve is, especially you people that have like massive guns, like way bigger than I do. Then all of a sudden it's like bulging and stuff. So anyway, really cool. Actually, one of my sisters, or sister-in-laws technically, saw me wearing the shirt the other day, and she's like, I'm going to scan the back of your shirt. Like, okay, cool. And she did. And she's like, this is super sweet. I want to get one of those. Like, can do. I know the guy who made them. So if you want to get your gospel tee, bam, scan that QR code, go check it out. Because it really is pretty, I'm excited for it. And I hope you guys are too. Feel free to let me know in the chat what you think about it, any updates or thoughts you might have on it. Again, this is like something that I'm constantly working on, constantly trying to get better at, because one, I think it has huge potential to be able to share the gospel with hundreds of thousands, if not millions and billions of people, which is the whole goal and purpose in life, is to share the gospel message. That's part of the reason why I do music. Actually, the main reason why I do music is to comfort the afflicted and confront the comfortable. And that comes and stems from a core belief that God created people on purpose, with a purpose, and ultimately our goal is to worship and glorify Him with every breath that He has given us. We can give back to Him. So I'm really, really excited about this T-shirt. Even though, like, I thought about making a T-shirt actually where like you could wear it and be like Matt Fawcett on the front, and then literally have a QR code and people could go listen to a song or whatever. And I still may do that. But when that idea first came to me, I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. And then I was like, it'd be even cooler if I shared a message that was way bigger than I am, and had nothing to do with me, other than the fact that I'm just willing to share it with other people. So I would love for it to have more people wear the T and be able to share the gospel. And I will say, kind of like those WWJD bracelets. I don't know if you guys remember those. I remember having a conversation with my parents when I first got one of those back in, goodness, when was that? Elementary school, junior high, sometime around there. And I just remember my mom saying, like, hey, like you can wear this, but this is not going to be just a fashion trend for you. Like, if you're going to wear it, you need to make sure that you're actually like living in a manner that's congruent with what Jesus would do. So if you're going to wear it, like be cognizant of how you're acting, how you're, talking to people, that sort of thing. And quite honestly, totally understand, because wearing the T-shirt itself, there have been multiple times where I've actually kind of like caught myself not second guessing, but literally being like, wow, like I know the people that I'm going to be around today, and I know how important it would be for them to actually not only know what the gospel message is, but I would love for them to actually like accept Christ as their personal savior. And so knowing that really like almost changed my viewpoint of the entire day, to make sure that I was actually cognizant of like the conversations I had, the way I was acting and interacting with other people, so that I was doing it in a manner that was worthy of the gospel message. So it's definitely a pretty cool way to just kind of remind yourself of what your purpose is in life as a believer, so that you can actually live life on purpose, and just have and set that intention. So, hi, how's it going? Good. All right, I'm going to keep doing my live stream, okay? Okay, go ahead and close the door, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. So, anyway, pretty cool. Glad that that is, available. That if you guys want to snag one, but I have a new song that's coming out on Monday, the 9th of September, which I'm really excited for, and would love for you guys to like it as well. I mean, honestly, like it was funny. There were a couple of different ways that I was thinking about going with this song. The song is called Porch Swing. And at first I was thinking about writing Porch Swing in a way that's like, hey, like you're sitting down on a porch swing. There's a lot of wisdom that I've gleaned from older men, specifically on a porch, not necessarily a porch swing, but like just on the front porch, looking out at the world. And I thought about writing it that way. And there was, um, but it didn't, to me, it didn't seem as genuine, because even though I've had multiple different conversations with people and gotten a lot of really good, solid life advice, I've never gotten a succinct, like, I didn't want it to turn into like the Buy Dirt song. Even I love that song. I didn't want it to turn into that, where it feels like, oh yeah, like this is the advice that I got at one specific location, when it hasn't been. So I was really struggling with writing it. And then I remembered that there was a song that we used to sing when I was a camper way on back. And it was like, have you ever seen, and it would use all of these different like dual meaning words or phrases, like horsefly, or like cupcake, or nosedive. And porch swing was always one of my favorite ones. Like, have you ever seen a porch swing? It's like, no, I've never seen a porch swing. I've seen a porch swing. So anyway, it ended up being a pretty fun, quirky song about communication. I played it for my wife, and the first time that she heard it, she was kind of like, meh. And I think some of it was like, I'm still, as I was writing it and singing it and that sort of thing, usually when they first come out, my diction on certain words is not always the best. And so she was kind of like, she's like, I didn't find it like, haha, laughing funny. Because some of it, like, there's a lot of them that are in the song. Like, I don't remember if I actually counted how many of those style of like dual word type things there are. I can count real quick. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's like 24 different like dual meaning type words that are all encapsulated in the verses and the bridge. So I thought it was fun, quirky. I'm a fun and quirky guy, I think. At least I think so. So is my wife. So really excited for that. It's going to be a blast. And yeah, feel free to also, if you have any questions or things for me, you can always pop that in the chat. Would love to make this bi-directional communication, so it's not just me talking, but can actually answer any questions that you guys might have. But yeah, gospel tea. If you haven't gotten yours yet, you definitely should. They're super soft, so I have a handful of these left that are from the company Sunday Cool. And phenomenal company out of Florida. Those guys are hilarious as well too. But I have a handful of those left, and once I sell through the Sunday Cool versions of it, there will be some other ones as well. But if you order now, you'll get one that is from Sunday Cool, and they are super soft. The ones after the Sunday Cool will still be super soft. They just won't be from Sunday Cool because I just did the initial run with the Sunday Cool stuff. So, yeah. But yeah, feel free if you are watching this right now, whether it is on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Instagram. If you do me a huge favor and like it and share it with other people, that would be phenomenal. That helps me a ton because it tells everybody else, or yeah, whatever platform you're on, hey, this is pretty decent. You should check it out. And we can get some more people here, tell them about the gospel tea, and also let them know what's going on as far as the new song Porch Swing coming out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, I mean, said, trying to think, there's some other fun stuff that happened this weekend too, with Ohio State and college football. Well, college football in general starting up. I'm a big Ohio State fan and Navy, and my brother-in-law is a Dogs fan for Georgia, and they all won. So that's pretty slick. That doesn't always happen. But, you know, happy when things do happen like that. It works out well. Well, let's see. Let's bust out a song and a guitar real quick. There's a song you want me to play. Feel free to bust it or pop it up in the chat, and we'll get the things a rolling, eh? Tell you what, since we haven't had a ton of these since Human since Human came out, there we go. Let's do Human. I really like that song, and I got a lot of people that said that they really like that song too. So the problem with doing so many songs. So this is literally this song that's coming out September. What is that? The 9th month of the year? Yeah. So this is 9. So I've been releasing a song a month for 21 months in a row. That's crazy. And it's pretty cool. Hey, Kimberly, thanks so much, friend. For your new song. Me too. I think you guys are gonna like it. It's fun, quirky, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So yeah, 21 months in a row, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But because there's so many songs coming, it means that there's a lot of lyrics and stuff and all that to remember and all that stuff. So when I do shows now, it's like, I gotta like rememorize or re-get in these songs in my head because I don't play them as often as I do when it's just cranking them out like this. So. Scrolling through the headlines, yesterday's news, wasting precious moments when I could be with you. Socially enlightened, still unaware, clueless how to be when someone else is near. So I turn to a screen. This is who I've trained to be. Memorizing shortcuts, texting fast, texting and writing emails with no emotion attached. Connected by a million numbers in the sky. My friendships look like algebra, and I don't know why I let it get this way. So right now I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go back to the way relationships were meant to be, when it hurt to say something that you didn't really mean. I'm tired of creating my reality, and all I wanna be is who I really am. I am flesh, I am blood, I am spirit, I am human. I'll admit that I'm not perfect, though I try to be. Made plenty of mistakes, I'm ashamed for you to see. Did my very best to stay in the fight, but when the truth hurts, it's hard to say it right. 'Cause if we really cared, we wouldn't just scroll and stare. I'm gonna go back to the way relationships are meant to be, when it hurt to say something that you didn't really mean. I'm tired of creating my reality, when all I wanna be is who I really am. I am flesh, I am blood, I am spirit, I am human. Sticks and stones break my bones. A world of status grenades wouldn't help if we all thought about what we said. Sticks and stones break my bones. A world of status grenades wouldn't help if we all thought about what we said. Gonna go back to the way relationships were meant to be, when it hurt to say something that you didn't really mean. I'm tired of creating my reality, and all I wanna be is who I really am. I'm gonna go back to the way relationships were meant to be, when it hurt to say something that you didn't really mean. Tired of creating my reality, all I wanna be is who I really am. I am flesh, I am blood, I am spirit, I am human. Such a fun song. That was Human, the song that came out last month, actually. So if you haven't heard it yet, well, you can't say that anymore. You've at least heard the acoustic version of it. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I know. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I appreciate you saying that. Such a fun song to write and sing. And honestly, it's been cool to see how that song specifically has actually brought out a lot of people just talking about how like important it is to just be human to other people. So yeah, super proud of that one. And yeah, super proud of the new one, Porch Swing, because that one's going to be a blast. Um, Maybe I'll give you a hey, Donna's here. Good to see you, friend. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out. Maybe I'll give you just a slight sneak peek of Porch Swing, which again, if you have a calendar, that will be ready tonight for you. There's a couple of things I got to do on the actual webpage for it that you guys can get to when you scan your calendar. And you'll be able to hear a version of it tonight, and then of course be polishing it up. All right, so you can't tell anybody else that I showed you guys this because calendar holders are the ones that are supposed to hear it first. But if you own a calendar or you bought a calendar, you'll be able to hear it anyway. So here you go. This is the. We'll just do the first verse for you. Have you ever seen a porch swing? I watched a butterfly. The ocean waves when the water bowls. 301. Have you ever seen a milkshake or starfish from the sky? A foot race starts when the flash flies and time flies. You know, I'll just sing the chorus. Oh, I've seen a million things. Some I understand and some are hard to believe. It all depends on how you perceive. So pay attention where that porch is gonna swing. Anyway, I had way too much fun with it. Thanks, Kim. You are awesome. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are willing to laugh along with me. And I think honestly, like the funny thing is, as I was writing it, the whole time I'm like, man, like if I could actually pull off a music video of all these different things, this would be wild. Um, the whole like porch swing, butterflying, chin waving, a water bowl, like bowling, like that to me, like that stuff, those puns, like I don't know if they're officially puns or like play on words. I guess they're technically play on words. And 301, there was an old joke or whatever where somebody was like, "Oh yeah, I saw somebody bowl a 301." Like that's impossible. Like, well, it's kind of hard to bowl a 300 and lose. Like, I gotcha. WON, not ON. Or O and yeah, ONE. Anyway, I think it's going to be fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you haven't guessed, I do enjoy having fun with life and laughing. So yeah. Yes, it sounds like a challenge. Yeah, and that was the thing. I was like, I wonder if I could find somebody like on Fiverr or something like that would be willing to do like a bunch of drawings of all these things. Um, I'm sure I could probably try to get a. That would be. Oh, I'll have to see if I can get maybe like an AI something. Or I think it would be more fun to have a human do it, but get some sort of a AI video generator and like put a bunch of that stuff together, like a porch. I guess yeah. Now you'd be able to do it pretty easily, right? Because then it would actually like, yeah, like AI just kind of does whatever your imagination does, and it would be like to me, it would remind me of like modern day like Alice, Alice in Wonderland, be like super trippy or something like that. Um, but you know, it could be a lot of fun. So but yeah, super pumped. Again, if you guys are just logging in or just jumping in to watch this, talked a little bit before I grab my guitar about the gospel tee. That's kind of the big thing that I wanted to get in front of people because it's a sweet shirt. And everybody needs to wear shirts, otherwise you'd be walking around naked, and that would be bad. They would arrest you for that. So if you need a shirt to wear, the gospel t-shirt's a great way to do it. Wear your faith on your sleeve and just actually have the ability to be able to share the gospel right off the front by being able to talk about how sin, we are all sinners. But because of Christ's blood, we can be washed clean as snow and spend eternity with him. And so once we accept that, we can read the word and pray. And ultimately, are we living like we believe this? It's a great way to have a question and a conversation specifically about the gospel. And on the back side, it's got a QR code. So even if you're not talking with people and it says can't afford to skip, this QR code actually goes to a website where I explain the gospel message using the t-shirt colors. So you can get a refresher if you're like, oh, shoot, like how should I explain this? You can scan the back of your own shirt, although you might want to take the shirt off to do that. Otherwise, like trying to scan the back of your t-shirt might be a little wonky, but it's a great way to be able to share the gospel with people. And when they do scan the back of your t-shirt, it takes them to a web page where I explain the gospel message. And then there's two buttons on there, one where they can get their own gospel tee if they want to, if they're a fellow believer and they're like, this is cool, I want to get one too. Then we can keep spreading the gospel message. Or they can learn more. And the learn more takes them to a community and a course that is completely for free. It will always be completely for free. Where my hope is we can have great gospel-centered conversations with people who are genuinely just curious about what the gospel message is, because I totally understand that people may not accept who Christ is. However, if they're going to deny him, I'd rather them know actually what he did for them and deny that instead of what they think somebody else said. So, really cool t-shirt. Yeah, super, super pumped for him. And honestly, I was saying earlier, it reminds me so much of how it's changed when I wear it. There's a lot more intentionality with my life, because as I'm walking around, I'm like, man, like as I walk and go, I am being a representative of the gospel for other people. So how am I treating the people in front of me? How am I treating the people behind me? Because the people behind me could easily, very easily, scan the back of my shirt and all of a sudden be like, this guy says he's a Christian and that he's a follower of Jesus, and he's treating that person like trash. That's not very nice. And he's not being very Christ-like. And they could call me on it. And quite honestly, that kind of accountability is actually probably what a lot of us need more of, because it really, really helps a lot. Yes, great tool. Yep. Yeah, I'm super pumped for it and super glad to have it. Now, I will say this. You don't have to have the t-shirt in order to be able to share the gospel message with other people. In fact, I would encourage you, if you're not sharing the gospel, one, you could get the t-shirt and that would help and give you an excuse to. But two, you should be sharing that message with people a lot more. This world needs it. I think we can all agree with that. It needs it a lot. So, and if we're not willing to share it, well, that's not good, because we should be willing to share it with other people, because we all need the gospel. In fact, that was one of the coolest things this morning, as we were talking specifically in church about Romans 3, how the gospel is just so prevalent and necessary for everyday life. It's so easy sometimes just to think, oh, well, I'm saved, did that, now I can just keep going on with the rest of my life. And like, man, like there's so much that we need the gospel for, just to please God in general. We can only please him because of the work that he's done on the cross for us, that we are in a right relationship with him. So yeah, super, super excited for that, because it reminded me a lot of when I was growing up as a kid. Specifically, the whole like WWJD thing, and I remember that being like really impactful for me. And it wasn't necessarily impactful because it somehow changed absolutely everything for me. I just remember like my mom and dad having a conversation with me like, hey, like if you're gonna wear this is not a fashion statement. Like the whole like it's super popular and I want to be popular like everybody else, like everybody wanted to do it in junior high. the whole reason for it was specifically so that we could actually remember how we're living in front of people and actually be a light, an actual light. So, um, oh, cool! You talked about witnessing in church today too. Awesome. Well, there you go. Even better. Yeah, churches should be places where we should be encouraging people to share the message of faith all the time. Like that's the whole reason for it. Um, you know, it's like telling everybody you have the cure to cancer, or having the cure to cancer and never telling anybody about it, and just watching people around you die. It'd be just really, really sad. So, mm, so good. Sorry, I'm really hungry right now, and I love apples. Um, Kevin, good to see you, my friend. So glad you're here. Thanks for hopping on. Eh? Sorry, I don't know where that accent came from, but glad you're here, man. That's always fun, and it's a party when you guys show up. So makes me enjoy the evening a little bit more. So, if you guys have a song you want to hear, feel free to leave it in the chat below. See if I can do it for you, or if you've got any questions too. I'm always open to questions, so I don't know if I just explain everything really well. That's not the case. But love being able to chat with you guys and yeah, be ba-da-ba-ba. Ooh, Kim, you guys are in Oregon. Just picked blackberries and made some jelly. Nice. I will say I have gotten on a huge kick recently of trying to figure out how to do a lot of I don't want to say prepper stuff, but I tried to eat healthy than I did in my teenage years, and there's a smoothie that I usually, and the original recipe for the smoothie was like half an avocado, some sort of leafy greens, a half an orange or part of an orange, flaxseed, chia seeds, blueberries, almond milk, and banana, I think was all in there. So since then, it has changed quite a bit, actually. To now, it's like oat milk because that's a whole lot cheaper and easier to make. So we make the oat, or my wife makes oat milk for me, so I can use it. And then walnuts is in there too. So oat milk, walnuts, blueberries, greens, banana, all that stuff. And so I've been trying to figure out okay, is there a way that I could actually make all of this stuff, or am I going to be what's a way that I can actually not have to go to the store for everything that would be in my smoothie? And I don't know if we've fully figured that out, but we're getting there. Some of the really the bananas and avocado. Well, I don't think avocados would be that hard. Or could be wrong. Could be wrong, but this says I'm right. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Did you already do Secret? Nope, surely did not. We can do that one. I love that song too. I'm glad you like it. It's a super healthy. Yeah, it's super healthy, and it's usually that's usually what I drink first thing in the morning. Well, not okay. Usually, my ideal day is I get up at 5 a.m. And then work out for a half hour, and then I do the smoothie, and then do the rest of my that's where what you might call it, the staying or reading the word, and sometimes I do some writing. Especially, I probably do that every day. I just don't like a lot of my writing is um, like songwriting and that sort of thing. But so anyway, yeah, super healthy. So that's one of my things I do every day. And having never had oat milk, it's fine. I mean, I prefer almond milk, but there's also like either almonds or walnuts inside the thing anyway. So it's just one of those things where it's like, well, it still tastes good. And honestly, like apparently somebody had said recently, we were chatting with some people in some family this past weekend, and they were like, oat milk is apparently like the worst of all the milks out there. And I was like, it's still healthier than uh, some other stuff. So, and it's like dirt cheap to make. You just like, it's so much water and oats, and then you just blend it all up and then you strain it. So, anyway, but let's do some secrets. How about that, eh? Um, done with the secrets. I'm done with the lies. I'm here to confess who I am deep inside. I put on a face, a guilty facade, to try and convince it's alright when it's not. The secrets are stolen, the joy in my life, building up walls, burying me alive. The only way up, the only way up, shine a light on what I'm ashamed of. Oh, the secrets won't give up. I'm trying to live, I'm trying to fly, grounding myself, leaving the lies, alone with my thoughts, a war zone in my head, surrounded alone and left for dead. Secrets are stolen, the joy in my life, building up walls, burying me alive. The only way out, the only way up, shine a light on what I'm ashamed of. Oh, the secrets was enough. I passed off my failure to men on the cross. He gave me peace I could never have bought. Called me by name, with joy on his face. The secrets no longer hold me in shame. The secrets no longer steal the joy from my life. Tore down the walls, I'm fully alive. The only way out was by looking up. Shine a light, turn my Shame to love, oh, the secret was love. Yeah, the secret is love. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I love that song. Thanks so much for requesting that, Kimberly. Appreciate you so much. And for everybody else that's here, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for being a part of it. Beautiful song. Thank you, friend. Honestly, that specific song has helped me out so much. I know, like, if you're following or part of my community, if you're part of this community over here, it's completely free. I've been doing the 7-day song challenge thing and basically sending out a song every single day and kind of a challenge of what do you think and how does the song help you. And so the other day, well, so far we've done 5 songs. First song was I Could Be Wrong. The whole idea that we have decisions that we all have to, make in our lives. Slow down, that we can, it's okay to ask for help. Facing all our fears, we can either choose to live a life of faith or of fear. And when we choose life of faith, that allows us to face our fears. Secret, which is the one that I just did. We believe something when we act as if it's true. That's the Dallas Willard quote. And the whole idea that so often Satan uses the secrets in our life to where we don't actually live as if what we believe is actually true. And so that challenge of living what is actually true. And then RYBW, you were designed to live this life. God made you specifically on purpose for this time in this place here and now. And Secret specifically was really written because of just my problem with pornography and struggling with it for a long time and realizing that the power I gave it was because I kept it a secret from all the people who loved me and who would be willing to help me fight it. And so the ability to be able to share that challenge and that sin with other people, with my wife and with other men who have really challenged me and are willing to hold my feet to the fire, broke that secret to where now really being allowing God to take that over and not being so shameful of it. There's still days that are more struggles than others. But when you have people who are willing to actually understand the reasons why you struggle with certain things and break that secret, that's the whole part of like we shine a light on what we're ashamed of, because therefore there is no condemnation now for those who are in Christ Jesus. The shame that we often bear is because we are trying to take on the guilt instead of giving it to Christ, who already paid for it on the cross. So I love that song Secret because it reminds me of that every single time. I passed off my failure on the cross. He gave me peace that I could never have bought. He called me by name with joy on his face. The secret's no longer bound me in shame. I don't have to allow it to hold me down like so many of us do when we struggle with either habitual sin or just sin in general. We tend to hide it and harbor it because we want to be professional Christians, or we want to be people that, for whatever reason, we want to look better to everybody else that's around us, instead of realizing that we're not perfect. Christ is, and we can rest in Him, and we need people around us to help with that. So I really like RYBW too. Me too. That's a fun song. Ding, 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 ding. I'm trying to remember how I. You were designed to live this life, give all you have, leave nothing behind. I read it in the good book. Read it in the good book. sent his son the world to save. We are precious in his sight, red and yellow, black and white, created in the image of the divine. If you haven't heard that one, you should go check it out too. That's RYBW. Funny story. So I misnamed the session for it, RYBK, because red, yellow, black, and I forgot the W part. And I actually submitted it, and as soon as it came out, I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be great or whatever. It's release day. And then I realized I was like, RYBK. I was like, that's not what it's called. Oh, no. So I had to go and actually like submit from the change the naming and titling and stuff, and it ended up working out okay. But it was one of those like doing this all by myself, totally messed up. But you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for being here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. Again, if you haven't gotten your gospel tea yet, you should go snag it there, down listed below, where you can get it. I do have some really cool news that's coming. This is going to be November, so almost end of November. I am going to be doing a marriage retreat with my wife. We've just been really burdened by a lot of people just struggling with their marriages, which is unfortunate. And a lot of friends and people that we've seen who just have called it quits. And I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So we're going to be doing a marriage retreat in November. It's actually going to be November 22nd through the 24th. So it's actually the weekend before Thanksgiving. Part of that is because we want to do it before the craziness of holidays and that sort of thing happen, to get you guys on the same page together before the holidays go crazy. So it's actually going to be at a really special place that's near and dear to my heart. The camp that I grew up going to as a kid, where I met my wife, actually where we got married and worked for a while, and actually where my in-laws still work. So if you're interested in that, shoot me a message, let me know. I will be sending out more details on that. It is going to be a small group of people. Part of that is because we want to make sure that we are serving you individually as much as possible, as a couple as much as possible. And so we're going to kind of close it off at like 10 to 20 couples or whatever. But there's a lot of fun activities that we'll be doing that weekend. There's a zip line, there's a giant swing. There is a pool, but I think that time in November is going to be pretty cold. So that's probably already going to be closed. But my goal is to do this to help strengthen marriages, specifically because, again, my purpose with doing music is to comfort the afflicted and confront the comfortable. There's a lot of times where we're hurting, where we need comforted. There's also times where we need to pony up and get kicked in the butt because we need to be doing things that we promised that we would do, like our marriage vows. So I will also be doing a concert during that, just for those couples, and we'll actually probably be doing a preview of a lot of the songs that are going to be coming out in 2025. So there's a ton of work that I got to do in order to be able to get that done and ready, but really, really excited about it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So again, that is November 22nd through the 24th. So it'll be Friday evening through Sunday morning-ish. It'll be like Sunday morning at 11. Everybody, that's when we'll leave. It's in Southern Ohio, so if you're close there, great. If you're not, you can still get there pretty easily. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I would love to have you there. So if you're interested, let me know. Send me an email. There will be links and stuff that I'll be sending out, and I'll be doing a huge push on social media for it as well. So you will have an opportunity to know that's going on for sure, because I don't want you guys to miss out on it. But again, it's going to be very limited as far as slots available for people. And the main reason for that specifically is because we want to make sure that we can focus in on people as much as humanly possible. So again, you guys are rock solid and awesome, and cannot wait to be able to actually play and make music for you guys in person, live, which we're going to be doing more of that as well too, because I do house shows to where I'll come out literally to your house and play a show. It'll be a lot of fun. So thanks so much for being here. You guys are awesome, and cannot wait to connect with you guys again. So have an awesome rest of your awesome rest of your week. Grab your gospel tea if you haven't got one yet. And if you haven't, or you don't want to get one, that's fine. Go share the gospel with somebody this week, at least one person. You guys are awesome. You were created on purpose with a purpose, and my goal is to help you live and walk in that purpose by writing music that you can take as a soundtrack to your life. Brand new song coming out, Porch Swing, be out there soon. It's coming out on the 9th for everybody else. Calendar holders, you'll be able to go and scan your calendars end of today to go listen to it, and cannot wait for you. And actually, you'll see the lyrics too, so you'll be able to see and find all of the cool little play on words stuff. Super excited for it. So